Hi, welcome back to the Blue Moon Garden. I garden in Zone 7B in Normandy, France. It's the end of August, beginning of September soon, and I wanted to show you what's going on in the garden right now, how I keep the color going. I think I'll be gardening all day because we have a sunny but windy day today.
I've been chasing beauty and painted gold, but I found the real me in clouds of smoke, and I had a revelation. I should really have more patience, but then I look at the time and I notice I'm behind.
It took me several strategies to keep the show going on at this time of the year. Being a blue and purple lover, I rely a lot on irises, alliums, Nepetas, Brunneras, but all these are now gone or past their prime. So I'll show you how I keep color coming in the garden after the intensity of June and July are over and before fall brings its flaming foliages and show-stopping asters. The first and obvious action was to look for plants that bloom specifically at this time. Phlox paniculata, fashionably early Flamingo, is, as its name suggests, very early for a phlox. But it doesn't mean it will stop blooming sooner than the others. It is very resistant to mildew and likes it on the moist side. Just avoid planting it in an alkaline soil. Anemone hupehensis Splendens really surprised me. She was supposed to be 3 feet tall, about 1 meter, but reached an easy 5 feet, 1.5 meter in my garden. Some say she can be invasive, colonizing borders with her aggressive rhizomes, but in my heavy clay soil, she seems to behave, at least for now. Could she have compensated vertically the space she didn't take over horizontally? Another thing I did to see more color in August was to switch from the cool purples and blues of June to a warmer scheme, so that the blooms would still show even if they were more scarce. Since I'm not very comfortable with warm only or fiery colors, I try to marry them with flowers that soften the picture, such as Verbena bonariensis, here with the hot red Alstroemeria Chinon and the hot pink Alstroemeria Tiercé. Although associating cool pinks with hot pinks is generally considered a color clash, I find nature has its ways of making everything look beautiful together. One more thing you can do to keep the garden blooming late in summer is to deadhead your flowers. Of course, the first flush of June was more impressive, but by deadheading my roses, I get quite a nice display until the first frosts. Plus, don't forget that roses are thirsty and hungry beasts, so offer them a good drink and every 2 or 3 weeks give them an organic fertilizer, and they will reward you with new blooms if they are the reblooming type. Planting summer bulbs or tubers in containers is an easy way to create colorful scenes without the fuss of digging them out of your borders before the first frosts. But you'll still need to have a garage or any frost-free space to shelter the pots during the winter if they're not hardy in your zone. I was surprised to see Gladiolus Katherina survive the winter in a border though. I really wish I had forgotten a Gladiolus pink parrot instead, since it blooms longer and is more colorful. Talking about containers, planting annuals or tender plants in pots or hanging baskets is a great solution for an all summer long colorful garden. As you probably know, annuals will generally bloom much longer than most perennials. The caveat is that they have to be replanted every year. But I consider this as an opportunity to change the decor and experiment new combinations, so I don't mind. especially since I only plant a few of them in these hanging baskets, so I don't have to disturb my perennials to make room for the annuals. Yet, don't you feel the obsession for saturated colors and vivid blooms can be overwhelming sometimes? So, why not choose foliage over flowers in some of our borders? And only add a few flowering plants that will age in style, with shades more than colors, with whispers more than screams. The decaying flowers of my beloved hydrangea Nico Blue are fading with pure elegance. Aren't these ambiguous tones an exquisite way of saying, I'm wiser now? These softer or duller shades are still color, and they will remain beautiful in a more subtle way. I love this quiet border, with its grasses, heucheras, ferns, and shrubs that create a perfect color symphony and remain interesting all year long. Just because you're not showy doesn't mean you're not strong, does it?
Laguna, make me an ocean, back forth just like my emotions. Laguna, stay by my side, don't leave me like the changing tide. I've been chasing beauty and painted gold, but I found the real me in clouds of smoke. And I had a revelation, I should really have more patience. But then I look at the time and I notice I'm behind. Laguna, make me an ocean, back forth just like my emotions. Laguna, stay by my side, don't leave me like the changing tide. Laguna, 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 Laguna. Middle of the desert, I've been searching for a treasure. Walking towards the sunset, I'm surprised I